All right, so the next report that we're going to go over is the individual statistical report. This looks at each individual stock that looks at each individual stock and offers a wide range of information on that: pricing, volume, institutional investment, etc. So to access this, click on the search bar up here, and then goes to symbols and individual statistical report, and then you can type in whichever stock you want to look at. So for this example, we'll go with Tesla. There we go, and then we'll submit. And then from there, we'll look at the report. So you scroll up, and then you get the individual statistical report. Let me just kind of edit the screen here for ease of use. So then we'll get the individual statistical report. Tesla Inc. This is the individual report for that. So it starts with today's forecast. It looks at previous volume, current volume, the difference, the price, and then the conclusion, which offers an assessment on how we view that stock. Click on this information button to get that. From here, you get some recent news. This offers recent articles about the stock and the company, which you can read at your leisure. Then you have who has at least a 10% ownership for Tesla. In this case, it's Mr. Elon Musk, but there are some other cases where institutions or other stocks where a longer range of people own that. So it can be useful to look at that. Institution count. This looks at how many institutions are investing in a particular stock, and how that in the latest quarter, and how that has changed from the previous quarter. So then we have counts by status. So how many institutions and top 10 hedge funds and top 10 institutions are looking at something. So then we've got price history for Tesla. This looks at a wide range of pricing information, including current price, 52-week high, 52-week low, how it's, the rate of return over the last year, 5 years, etc. This is helpful for understanding where it is currently and and the context of that. Then you've got 10-day price details, which looks at wide range of pricing, like just basically the pricing and volume performance over the last 10 days. That can be helpful. So you have price, the difference, and the percentage of difference, and the same for volume as well over the last 10 days. Then we've got the 10-week moving average, which looks at basically similar to that, but over the last 10 weeks. So you have the average over previous week, and then the week to that, and then the week to that, and then how much that average has changed in dollars, and the range of it, and then the percentage of it, and then you have the average volume for that time. And then the 10-month moving average, similar to that, but it's 10 months instead of 10 weeks. This gives a bit of a wider look at it. And then comparison by quarterly price, institution counts, and institutional shares. This is a bit more in depth. It's very valuable. Over the last several quarters, from Q3 of 2021 to Q3 of 2023, it looks at average price, average volume, institution counts, institutional shares. Really valuable information here. It looks at this gives volume, pricing, and investment information. Really helpful information over a long range of time in one table. This is a very valuable report: comparison by quarterly price, institution counts, and institutional shares. So that's one I really would like to emphasize. From here, I'll kind of go through each individual report briefly. You have the share activity count, which looks at how many institutions have increased, reduced, not changed their investment, recently bought, and then it looks at how many shares they bought or sold and the market value of that. From there, we have the top 10 hedge funds. These are the funds that own the hedge funds that have the most stock in Tesla. You can look at their shares over each quarter, going back to Q4 2021, how much that has increased. And this gives a good look at who's investing in Tesla and how much they're investing in, whether they're buying or selling. The top 10 institutions, similar to the hedge funds, but it does show invested in institutions like Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street. So, and then latest insider transaction. This looks at who is buying and selling Tesla. You got a lot of people selling in this particular instance, but this is good to look at which individual investors are buying and selling Tesla. And then we have the latest mutual fund transaction. And that's very helpful to see how the stock is factoring in with each individual mutual fund. So basically, this report, it's got a lot of really valuable information on each stock. It lets you do a deep dive, and it's helpful for each stock. If you want to look at a stock and look at everything about it, whether it's price, who's investing in it, whether it's going up or down, whether people have confidence in it, this report is a very valuable tool for your investment and just to see if if any stock is a good investment for the future and a good fit for your portfolio.